Hey, adrenaline junkies, welcome back. What you're about to see isn't scripted, it isn't staged, and it definitely isn't safe. This is raw police body cam footage where one bad decision turns into a chain reaction of chaos, sirens, and split-second judgment calls. Stay locked in, because once this starts, there's no pause button.
2021 in Atlanta, Georgia, Trooper Apani Gotai spotted a silver Honda Civic with the driver distracted by a cell phone. What should have been a routine traffic stop quickly escalated when the driver, later identified as Carlton McDonald, ignored commands and took off. McDonald wasn't just fleeing a ticket. Inside his car, troopers would later discover a loaded handgun, cash, drugs, and stolen credit cards, raising the stakes from the very start.
Oh, yeah, 10:30 to 33, I know, 13 South, Harbor. We're 13 South, Bridge Harbor, what kind of vehicle is it? Charles Ford, Mary, 4872, CNN, 4872, Silver Civic. We're still up there. Heavy traffic.
As the pursuit tore southbound along Georgia 13, McDonald weaved across lanes, blasted down shoulders past heavy traffic, and even scraped a concrete wall before continuing at high speed. Already putting too many lives at risk, the trooper knew he had to react.
13 South, coming up on exit 85. Probably 13 South, over next 85. Hit the wall, hit a white van. Great. Hit. 1050, 1052, 1018.
On the third attempt, the maneuver connected, spinning McDonald's car into the opposite lanes and bringing it to a violent stop. But the chaos didn't end there. McDonald refused commands, crawling between seats, reaching under them, and repeatedly exiting and re-entering the car. The passenger, Malik Matthew Davis, complied. Both McDonald and Davis were arrested. The search of the vehicle uncovered the handgun, $892 in cash, individually packaged marijuana, rolling papers, blank gift cards, multiple stolen credit debit cards, and a card reader scanner. McDonald was transported to Grady Memorial Hospital for evaluation before being booked into the Fulton County Jail on a long list of 28, 2025. A simple stop sign violation in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, quickly spiraled into something far more dangerous. When an officer tried to initiate a routine traffic stop, the driver floored it, kicking off a high-speed pursuit that would stretch across state lines and reach over 100 miles per hour.
Negative on the sticks. Good sticks, southbound from 95th, right tires. Starting to deflate here. I'm gonna try to get in front, slow down. Box again. 2-9, we're in Illinois. I'm gonna box him in again up here. I'm in front of him, let's see if we can get him, guys. Contact. 2-9 intentional contact. 2 squads have been hit. We need to end this.
Tire deflation devices were deployed not once but 3 times. The first 2 failed, but that final attempt finally brought the chaos to an end.
2-9 stopped here. Someone else in the car. Keep coming back. Drop to your knees. Drop. If you move, you will get bit.
We see you. Put your hands up, or you.
Who else is in the car?
There's no one in the car. It's just me. There's no one in the car.
Let's get him back.
It's just me. It's just me. Weapon? No, in the car, yes.
What's in the car?
Concealed carry, Glock.
Look, you're under arrest.
The suspect is now facing a long list of charges, including felony fleeing, multiple counts of reckless endangerment, hit and run, and drug possession. From a stop sign to state lines, this chase was a dangerous reminder of how fast things can escalate when someone refuses to stop. On December 5th, 2024, Baxter County Sheriff's Office reported a stolen vehicle. A deputy attempted to stop it, but the vehicle fled. As Trooper was heading south on State Highway 5 to assist, the vehicle was spotted traveling north near Dollar General. Trooper turned around and began following the vehicle, which was speeding recklessly.
Sportsman's right behind you on Classic Roger. 277 Union 4 Goshen. We're headed east on the map there. I don't know which way you're going to do on that. Okay, which way did you go? Headed 60. He is eastbound on the bypass. Correct here, Tom, I think from you. He's 97, not traffic.
Trooper attempted a tactical vehicle intervention to stop the vehicle, but was unsuccessful, and the suspect continued to flee.
Coming up on Charles Blackburn. He's wrecked out. I rolled over. Rolled it right here before you get Charles Blackburn.
Trooper performed another tactical vehicle intervention, causing the vehicle to run off the right side of the roadway and overturn. The suspect was quickly apprehended, bringing the pursuit to an end.
Hey! Don't move! Do not move! Who are you?
The suspect was identified as Vincent Walrath. He was treated and transported to Baxter Health for minor injuries. Walrath was suspected of being under the influence of a controlled substance, so Trooper performed a horizontal gaze nystagmus test, where he exhibited 6 out of 6 clues, along with vertical gaze nystagmus. Trooper read him the Arkansas Statement of Rights and requested a urine sample, to which Walrath voluntarily consented to a blood draw. Deputy Sean McGuigan was keeping an eye on traffic near I-75 and County Road 234 in Micanopy, Florida, when he saw a gold Chevy Suburban blow through a stop sign. The vehicle struck a curb, swerved into oncoming traffic, and then sped off as Deputy McGuigan activated his lights and siren.
Signal 12. 17,000 Southeast County Road 234, 28. Hotel Golf X-Ray, Florida 10, Chevy. Signal 1, Signal 2. Just threw a beer out the window, longer lane of traffic. Yes. 1 Once he drops down to 45, I'm going to pit him.
The suspect drove recklessly, showing complete disregard for the safety of other drivers on the road.
He's in the wrong lane of traffic. Through the median. Coming up to the pole. The highway patrol is directly in front of me if you can let them know. We're at 70. miles an hour.
The trooper closed in, prepared to perform a pit maneuver, but decided against it as the suspect wasn't speeding excessively. While the trooper followed closely behind, the suspect brazenly reached his hand out the window and flipped off the trooper.
30, I'm pitting. Pit failed. Back up to 80. Pit failed. SHP's coming back up on me.
As they moved through a construction zone, the trooper got close enough to execute a pit maneuver and did so. But the suspect quickly regained control and continued fleeing. Another pit maneuver was attempted, but once again the suspect managed to recover and continued fleeing. The suspect was finally stopped, arrested, and taken into custody, bringing the chase to an end. Trooper Robbins was patrolling near Highway 70 West and Majestic Lodge Road when he observed a gray spray-painted Range Rover traveling westbound. Running a computer check on the vehicle's tags revealed they were fictitious. Trooper Robbins followed the vehicle and activated his emergency lights, prompting the driver to accelerate and flee west on Highway 70. The fleeing vehicle dangerously moved into the eastbound lanes of traffic in an attempt to turn around. Seizing the moment, Trooper Robbins executed one of the best pit maneuvers of all time.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out.
I'm trying. Hang on,
Come
dude.
on.
Please, dude.
Come on.
Please hang on. Please. I can't
How
run
bad
no
hurt
more,
are you?
dude. I'm bleeding.
Are you gonna do anything else more
No.
stupid?
No, sir.
The driver, Haley Hollingsworth, was trapped in the damaged vehicle and remained in place until EMS and fire rescue arrived. Hollingsworth, identified as having multiple outstanding warrants and a suspended driver's license, was checked for injuries at St. Vincent ER. After being cleared, she was taken to the Garland County Detention Center. Hollingsworth faces charges of felony fleeing along with several traffic citations. 22, a red SUV led Arkansas troopers on a high-speed pursuit. Multiple units tried, but none could stop the driver, so they called Trooper Jacob Byrd. Without hesitation, Byrd took over the pursuit, and in true Arkansas fashion, he showed exactly how it's done.
We're still 40 westbound. Stay behind us. We're coming up on Camp Rock. Speed probably about 110. Light traffic. We got state messaging. Yeah, they're coming over. State's coming over. You're going to take Cranberry. We're going to be third. We're going up on Blackman County. Check up the college exit. Speeds, 80. You stay.
You'll give me space. I'm trying to put it right here.
You're 90, light traffic. There's that thing I did. Fit. Stay knocked out. Get us medical.
It's almost unbelievable how fast Trooper Byrd wrapped this one up. While other troopers struggled for miles, Byrd took over and ended the chase in under a minute, executing a pit at nearly 100 miles per hour and sending the SUV slamming into the barrier. The vehicle was totaled, the suspect was arrested without further incident, and once again, Trooper Jacob Byrd proved why he's in a league of his own. Arkansas is home to one of the busiest interstates for cross-state traffic. It's where speeding turns from a ticket to a takedown in seconds. On May 26, 2025, a trooper stationed on I-49 clocked a white SUV driving at 101 miles per hour in a 70 zone. He lit up the blues to initiate a traffic stop near exit 76, but instead of pulling over, the driver took off.
Okay, you want me to 19?
Well, he turned his flashers on, but it's odd because, I mean, we're going a ways down.
Okay, I'm coming. What's the address on the church?
I don't know. Section will be southbound. 1037, Matthew. 1037 southbound. Traffic speed. Stay right there, on the ground.
On the ground. Taser. I'm gonna tase you.
After a short sprint, the suspect gave up and was taken into custody without further resistance. Identified as Brent Wright, he turned out to have a felony warrant for parole violation. He complained of arm pain, but after being cleared by EMS and hospital staff, he was booked into Washington County Jail on a long list of charges, including felony fleeing, unauthorized use of property, and reckless driving. On October 28, 2024, while on routine patrol, a trooper heard over the radio that the Cleburne County Sheriff's Office was attempting a traffic stop on a reported stolen vehicle near Pleasant Springs Road West. The vehicle, a red Ford F-450 towing a flatbed trailer with a skid steer, refused to stop, prompting deputies to call in the Arkansas State Police for backup as the pursuit escalated.
We just hit Dennison Road. On primary, it's a dirt road I can't see.
As the suspect veered onto a dirt road, a thick cloud of dust kicked up, obscuring the trooper's view. Despite the reduced visibility, the trooper kept on the trail, determined to bring the suspect to a stop.
One stationary Packer 36.
North on Gravel Hill. Speeds are 55.
We are north on Gravel Hill. Speeds are 80.
We're taking a left onto Midge Langley Road and turning back onto Crystal Hill Lane again on the gravel.
The suspect stayed on the main road for a few minutes, but as soon as the trooper closed in, he swerved back onto the dirt road, trying once again to shake off his pursuer.
B-18 Newport. I got up next to him. My vehicle's rolled.
With dirt and dust limiting visibility, multiple law enforcement vehicles were involved in collisions during the chase. After an extensive search, the suspect, Robert Eddy, was finally apprehended and now faces a lengthy list of charges. 7th, 2025, on the early afternoon along Highway 167 in Arkansas, and Corporal Williams is finishing up a routine traffic stop near Hurricane Creek. But as he sits on the shoulder, his radar suddenly screams. A car is flying down the highway at nearly 92 miles per hour. A white Chevrolet Malibu blurs past, leaving no time to react. Williams quickly wraps up his stop, jumps back into his cruiser, and calls out the new target.
X-ray, Norwood, 227 X-ray Norwood, possibly out of Michigan, I'm not sure. I'm traveling 87 right now, I'm not 100% sure he's running yet.
Hot Springs, all you had 1063 K dispatch, 1436. Grand County.
As the car blows past the fairgrounds, the trooper calls it in. At roughly 107 miles per hour, Williams swings to the shoulder, aligns with the suspect, and executes a pit maneuver. The impact sends the Malibu spinning out of control, sliding across the grass, flipping side over side. The car smashes into a culvert, flips again, and finally slams into a telephone pole before coming to rest on its side.
You need to get out! Get out! Well, running ain't gonna do any good. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Come over here. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Constitutional right. It's on video.
You're right. It's all on video. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. You failed to stop.
The driver is identified as Joseph Henderson from Kentucky. During the search, deputies find a blue suitcase thrown from the wreck, labeled with his initials JDH, and inside a small bag of marijuana. No insurance, no valid tags, and now no way out. Henderson is taken to the hospital for evaluation, then booked into Sheridan Detention Center on a long list of charges, including felony fleeing, reckless driving, speeding at 107 miles per hour, resisting arrest, possession of marijuana, no insurance, improper lane change, and expired tags. The Porsche GT3 RS, one of the fastest street legal cars out there. But what happens when the driver of that beast decides to take police on a chase? This high-speed pursuit took place in Sweden, and it all started when a motorcycle officer attempted to pull over the Porsche for speeding, but instead of stopping, the driver hit the gas, kicking off a wild chase that put the car's power to the test. The suspect was going over 130 in a 50-mile-per-hour zone. It was extremely dangerous, especially with traffic building up around him. But that same traffic turned out to be his downfall. Just minutes later, he got stuck. Somehow, the suspect managed to break free from the traffic jam and continued fleeing. But it didn't last long. Just seconds later, he crashed into another vehicle. The driver of the Porsche was arrested at the scene. Not only is he now facing a series of serious charges, but he also managed to wreck his Porsche, a car with a starting price of $223,800. One reckless decision, and now he's left with charges, fines, and a totaled supercar. On April 6, 2023, Trooper Randall was stationary on the shoulder of a highway when a driver sped past at high speed. Trooper Randall immediately put his car in drive, activated his emergency lights, and began observing the vehicle.
The vehicle was doing 105 miles an hour.
The driver initially pulled over to the side of the road, but as soon as the trooper stopped behind the vehicle, the driver hit the gas and fled, initiating a pursuit.
South 16 10 25 southbound to 67.
Well, if you were the trooper, the best move would be to stop him right away, but the trooper couldn't get close enough as the fleeing driver accelerated to a high rate of speed.
Okay, light, just turn red. Just turn red. No car on the left, no cars on the right. No cars on the right. About 75 miles an hour. So we're going to be making a right, brake, making a right, brake.
The trooper was really close to executing a pit maneuver, but the driver brake-checked him, preventing the maneuver from being carried out. The driver then made a left turn and continued fleeing.
Okay, we're on Sunbridge. There will be 3 black males in the vehicle. Sunbridge, we are at 52. Attempted to put on drag, just like on the
Unfamiliar with the area, the driver eventually drove into a dead end.
I think they're fixing the bail. They're opening doors, you can see it. Get Fayetteville back here to this location.
3 black males, white hoodies. 3 black males, white hoodies. They left the vehicle abandoned and still in drive. I'm going to be standing by with the car.
The trooper searched the area and found the driver and 2 passengers hiding in a backyard. They were all arrested and taken into custody, bringing the chase to an end. In 2021, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, troopers found themselves in a high-speed pursuit of a gray sedan. The chase began when a trooper activated his emergency lights and sirens. Instead of stopping, the suspect made a sharp turn into a parking lot but failed to halt, hitting the gas and igniting a wild, high-speed chase. The suspect drove recklessly from the start, running red lights and dangerously passing other vehicles. He showed a complete disregard for the safety of everyone on the road, making the pursuit even more intense and alarming.
They took your right. You got a post unit behind them now. Copy, post unit behind.
The trooper soon lost sight of the suspect, but moments later he spotted emergency lights flashing at a nearby gas station. As he pulled in, he was shocked by what he saw, ready to confront the unexpected turn of events.
Copy, crash, circle K running.
As the suspect turned into the gas station, he lost control and crashed into multiple parked cars. He quickly exited the vehicle and fled on foot. However, later that day, he was found and arrested, taken into custody without further incident. A white Audi was enjoying a late-night ride and pushing way over the speed limit. What he didn't notice was the patrol car he flew past, and that patrol car just happened to be Trooper Jacob Bird. Bird activated his lights and sirens to conduct a stop. The driver slowed down like he was about to pull over, but he never stopped, and Trooper Bird gave a chase.
Left shoulder back on the roadway. Line traffic. 115. MELON. Taking Scott Hamilton. Scott Hamilton. Taking Scott Hamilton. Straight across. Maybe on the service road.
As the chase progressed, Trooper Bird closed the distance and deployed a GPS dart, successfully attaching it to the suspect's car. From that point on, he could have backed off and let the system track the suspect down. But Trooper Bird chose to keep going and finish the job himself.
There's one lane on eastbound River Bridge.
And I have the fire chaser with GPS. That's at 440 and that's at 530, so eastbound, 100 miles an hour.
As the chase entered a construction zone, the suspect managed to gain some distance, but Bird quickly closed the gap. That's probably when the suspect realized exactly who he was dealing with, because out of nowhere, he just slowed down.
I'm passing 8.
He's on the wrong side of the roadway. Turning left. Turn left. He's coming to the south. We turn left onto West 8th Avenue.
Yeah, that's what you do.
The suspect was taken out of the vehicle and arrested without incident. Alexander Police Department responded to the scene and took custody of the suspect, transporting him to the Saline County Jail. Deputies from the Clayton County Sheriff's Office attempted to pull over a reckless motorcycle rider, but the rider had other plans, setting the stage for a high-speed pursuit.
Turning right on the dot. Speeds are 60.
The biker turned into a gas station and began circling around, creating a spectacle. Onlookers at the gas station couldn't resist pulling out their phones to capture the chaotic scene.
Oh,
Go, go, go!
Oh, he's not going.
Oh, that. He getting up out there. He getting up out there.
However, the motorcyclist wasn't done yet. He exited the gas station and the high-speed chase continued, keeping deputies on edge. At that point, the motorcyclist accelerated, weaving dangerously through heavy traffic. With the situation becoming increasingly hazardous, the trooper was forced to cancel the pursuit. Despite being close a few times to bringing the chase to an end, the suspect's agility on the bike gave him the upper hand. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think the trooper had the best chance to stop the suspect, and what could have been done differently to end the pursuit? On January 11th, 2025, Troop L Dispatch reported a pursuit by Springdale Police westbound on Sunset Avenue, requesting state police assistance. Troopers Brandon Walker and Matt Walker responded, and the chase continued southbound on Interstate 49. The suspect initially traveled at 60 miles per hour, but quickly increased to 100 miles per hour. Trooper Walker informed dispatch that Arkansas State Police would assume primary responsibility for the pursuit.
What do you want to pass them?
I'm not able to patch them at this time. They're trying to find a channel.
Yeah, boy, you show us primary within 37. 370.
10-4 speed 7. 10-4 speed 7.
TVI.
10-4 TVI.
Hands out the window. Put your phone down. Put your phone down and get out of the car with your hands up.
If you run, a police dog's gonna bite you. You understand me?
Both hands out the door. Hands up. Get out of the car. Stop reaching. Drop whatever's in your hand. Drop it. Keep your hands up.
You wanna have him go to your face?
All right, keep your hands up.
The suspect was placed into custody by Springdale police officers. ASP units assisted with the vehicle search, locating an open container of beer in the passenger seat and an empty Glock 19X gun case in the trunk, but no firearm was found. After the suspect was taken into custody, Springdale officers informed troopers the vehicle had been linked to a shots-fired call in the area. Damage to the cable barriers was reported and ARDOT was notified. On October 11th, 2021, in Jacksonville, Florida, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office received a BOLO for a white Ford F-250 traveling on State Road 100, reported stolen. As soon as deputies located the stolen vehicle, the suspect spotted them and immediately began fleeing.
1050.
Copy.
Dispatch has been updated.
Vehicle's not stopping, heading toward the front entrance.
Copy, vehicle not stopping, heading towards the front entrance.
Dispatch has been updated.
Running over the medians.
Copy, running over median.
You are going the wrong way down the street.
100. Six missed.
Copy, 6 missed.
The suspect made his way out of the parking lot driving like a maniac. He showed no regard for the safety of others, with only one thing on his mind: escaping at any cost.
White F-250. Alright, he just dropped tools out the back. Everybody be careful coming up. Firefly, can you let me know when you get on scene, please? Copy, we're passing Beltair 100. At the marked patrol car at 111. Guys, be careful. Watch out, the welder's next. You see the welder coming 111?
Got it.
Who is the lead car?
111's lead. 624 is second. I'll be calling.
Definitely, thank you.
The stolen vehicle began to fall apart. Not just the items from the trailer, but the suspect also lost one of the tires. That made his escape even harder.
Probably like 30 miles per hour, maybe 35. 313, I need you to block Cody's corner, please, for any cross traffic comes through.
The suspect realized there was no way out and came to a stop. He was immediately arrested and taken into custody, bringing this chase to an end. He was charged with felony, fleeing and eluding, possession of stolen property, reckless driving, theft or damage to property.
He crashed into the house.
Get on the ground!
On May 5th, 2024, in Huber Heights, Ohio, Kenneth Leroy Haught took road rage to the next level. He reportedly shot out a car window and rammed another vehicle on State Route 4. After fleeing the scene, Haught led police on a high-speed chase.
Correct, that's the one that has the gun. We'll start automatic to fire.
Alright, looks like he's going to try to take a ramp. If he does, I'm going to hit it.
You're clear. He's restricted. Clear.
I think he's got a hand out the window. If he shoots, I'm doing him.
Clear.
Do I have anybody close?
450, 450.
Come south, he's going to do New Carlisle Pike. It's a white male, gray hair, and I think I got lined up for pit.
Clear.
Alright, failed pit, continue northbound, come up to Taylor's.
Knowing the suspect was armed, the officer stayed on high alert throughout the chase. A TVI was attempted but failed. Still, the officer remained close to the suspect.
They were out in point, and I think he just tossed a gun. Could be car parts coming off.
10, we're going to be continuing westbound on Scotusville. Speeds are about 40-ish, going for the curves. He went into a house, came up to a house.
He crashed into the house.
Get on the ground!
The suspect got out of the car and pointed an AR-15 at officers. One officer fired back, hitting Haught.
99! Shots fired! Shots fired! Take the money, take the money. Check around front. He ran around front.
I think
Stop! Now! Stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do not move! On your face! What are you doing? You trying to shoot me?
Did you say one secure?
Kenneth Leroy Haught was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The weapon turned out to be a full-auto air rifle. He was charged with felonious assault, tampering with evidence, and obstructing official business. In December 2024, Hott was sentenced to 3 years in prison. 2025, Trooper Nicholas A. Day was running radar on Highway 64 near the White River Bridge when he spotted a vehicle flying eastbound at 73 miles per hour in a 55 zone. He turned to initiate a traffic stop, but what should have been routine quickly turned into a pursuit. The driver, later identified as 26-year-old Shakea Holmes, briefly pulled over, then hit the gas and kept going.
Trying to get one stopped. 64 inbound to Augusta from White County. Adam King Frank, 50 William. Adam King Frank, 50 William.
10-4, now correct.
Speed's 90, 64, coming up the Highway 33 in Augusta, light traffic.
At this time, requesting assistance. Attention, all units.
Turning by the convenience store here off Highway 33 North.
I'm by the convenience store, Highway 33.
The suspect managed to recover after the pit, but that move sent a clear message. The trooper wasn't here to play games. Still, the driver refused to surrender and kept fleeing, pushing the chase even further.
I'm
on 12th Street. I'm on 12th Street. They got a flat. They just hit me.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Put your hands out the window right now. Leave your hands out the window. Do not move. Leave your hands out the window. Keep your hands out the window. Is there anybody else in the vehicle? As soon as you crawl out, immediately lay down on the ground.
At gunpoint, Holmes was ordered to show her hands and exit the vehicle. With the driver's side damaged, she climbed out through the passenger side and surrendered without a fight. She was placed in restraints and transported to the Woodruff County Detention Center. No contraband was found in the vehicle, and the case was handed off with proper documentation. For Shakea Holmes, this high-speed run through Augusta ended exactly where it should have, in custody. On January 5th, 2024, Trooper Walker and another trooper were patrolling Eastern Avenue due to reports of teens in stolen vehicles. The trooper spotted a white Kia Optima at the speedway and confirmed it was stolen. After attempting a traffic stop, the suspect fled, running a red light and initiating a pursuit.
Clear it. White one is confirmed stolen.
SUV in front, SUV in front.
SUV in front is also stolen.
Alright, they're doubling back eastbound. Doubling back eastbound.
Alright, we are northbound Eastern.
6118, we're in.
Still northbound.
Trooper 16 call out. That blue SUV continues eastbound. The white Kia is northbound. Eastern.
Alright, we're with the white one.
Passing through 40th, passing through 40th. Through 38, still northbound, center lane.
The driver continued fleeing, running red lights, stop signs, and reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour. After a period with no sign of the suspect, they were located near Fisk Street. The driver stopped, exited the vehicle, and fled on foot with the front seat passenger.
Passenger O, running northbound.
That's driver.
Both running northbound right now. We got 2L running north.
This one?
Those are his gloves.
Go in the house then. Push your hands! Put your hands up! Put your get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On your stomach! On your stomach, hands behind your back! Taking driver in custody.
Driver?
Yeah. You hear the helicopter, right, Dummy?
Yeah.
At that corner house.
One suspect was located and troopers began searching for the other. With helicopter assistance, it wasn't going to be a difficult job.
Hands up, bud! Hands up! Hands up! Stand up! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Get on your knees! Put your hands behind your back! Put your palms together. You chill.
MSP Aviation was able to spot both individuals hiding amongst the houses in the area, and they were both taken into custody. The driver made several unsolicited statements during the encounter, admitting he was driving the vehicle and that his cousin. Both suspects were lodged at the Kent County Youth Home. The stolen vehicle was turned over to the Kentwood Police Department to be returned to the registered owner. A trooper was dispatched to Interstate 96 and Southfield Freeway for reports of a vehicle driving eastbound in the westbound lanes. With dispatch updating the location, the trooper eventually caught up to the suspect at Interstate 75. Using the median turnaround, the trooper began pursuing the wrong-way driver, catching up on the left shoulder.
Right now I'm on the shoulder. I'm going to take it out if I get a chance to. Good pit, good pit. Out of the car! Out of the car! Out of the car! Out of the car! What? You're driving on the wrong side of the road! Out of the car!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Hello? Hello?
Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
Oh my god!
Hey, radio, we're with her.
What's going on?
You're under arrest.
I was just over there.
You were just driving the wrong side of the road forever.
We had our lights on behind.
She claimed she didn't realize she was driving on the wrong side of the road, or maybe she was just lying. Either way, she was arrested and taken into custody without further incident.
Phil Tibia.
On February 19, 2025, a Glenwood officer attempted to stop a black Hyundai for an expired plate. The driver fled, prompting a request for Arkansas State Police assistance. Trooper Rollins intercepted the vehicle near 283 Highway 70, heading east toward Bonnerdale and Hot Springs. Despite icy road conditions, the suspect continued recklessly. Troopers' patrol unit equipped with studded snow tires struggled with traction, making the pursuit more challenging.
Speed zone and 4, no traffic. Past McGrew Road.
The pursuit area wasn't ideal for troopers, making it difficult to stop the suspect as he swerved recklessly across the road. Slippery conditions and high speeds added to the challenge, forcing troopers to strategize carefully to bring the chase to a safe end.
We're coming up to Amity.
After some time, the trooper finally closed the gap on the suspect, but still needed just a bit more to make contact and potentially bring the chase to an end.
South Main Street, speed 70. Failed TBI. TBI. He's running on foot.
The driver fled on foot through a tree line. After performing the TVI, the trooper attempted to turn around but got stuck in a ditch. Exiting the unit, the trooper pursued the suspect on foot. Arkansas Game and Fish Officer Ethan Angel arrived, held the suspect at gunpoint, and the suspect surrendered. Identified as Richard Lemon, he admitted a firearm was in the vehicle before being Mirandized. A search revealed a loaded Anderson Manufacturing AR-15 style rifle. The firearm was seized, and Lemons was transported to Pike County Jail facing multiple charges, including fleeing, firearm possession, and reckless driving. March 7th, 2023, a Milwaukee police officer was on patrol when he spotted a vehicle that matched the description of an SUV stolen just days ago. He confirmed it was the stolen vehicle and attempted to stop it, only for the driver to floor the SUV and take the officer on a high-speed chase. The suspect ran basically every red light and stop sign, ignoring every traffic law he could, showing he had no intentions of stopping. He managed to gain some distance, but the officer closed the gap once again in a very short period of time. Here's a question for you. Do you think running from police in a stolen vehicle should carry an automatic prison sentence? Let me know in the comments.
Clear. Eastbound on the Lino to 27. So they're southbound on 27 from the Lino. Oh, you're right. He has crash. 17th Street. 17th. They're bailing. Bail. Leave the car. Black male, black shirt, white pants.
As the suspect was running through yet another intersection, they collided with another vehicle, causing a very bad crash. Luckily, the innocent driver suffered only minor injuries. But when it comes to the suspect, they immediately bailed out and officers gave chase on foot.
Get on the ground! Black male, black shirt, white pants, southbound. Get down to the ground now! Get down, stay down! There's another one. He's still southbound. Hands out! Hey, he's right there in front of you, squad. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
The driver was caught first, and a few moments later, all other occupants were caught and arrested. They were later taken into custody. As there are no public reports on this incident, we can only hope these suspects learned a lesson from this, and they better be smarter and not do anything like this ever again in their lives. On August 6, 2022, Trooper Gregory Rowland conducted a traffic stop on a Chevrolet Silverado for driving 77 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. When the trooper instructed the driver to exit the vehicle, the driver suddenly accelerated, fleeing the stop and initiating a pursuit. Not long after the pursuit began, the driver brought the vehicle to a stop. Both he and his wife exited the vehicle and fled on foot in opposite directions through the woods. They were both apprehended shortly after, proving once again that fleeing from law enforcement is futile. They were taken into custody, bringing this unusual chase to an end. According to police, the suspect snatched a purse from a car and then jumped into a waiting stolen vehicle, speeding away from the scene in a bold getaway.
Magnolia Boulevard West, 43rd West, overturned vehicle, sent fire police. Magnolia Boulevard West, 43rd West.
Stop right there, buddy! Stop right there! I will shoot you! I will shoot you! Get back here now!
The chase came to a dramatic end when the suspect lost control, crashing into another car and flipping onto the vehicle's roof. As officers arrived, he tried to flee on foot but was quickly captured near 44th Avenue West. Taken into custody with non-life-threatening injuries, the suspect was transported to Harborview Medical Center. Police believe he could be linked to a string of burglaries across the city. On November 9th, 2024, while conducting routine patrol, Trooper Anthony Goins noticed a black Mercedes-Benz with an Arkansas tag displaying a February 2024 decal. After checking the tag, it returned to a silver 2015 Hyundai Sonata. The trooper confirmed the tag, and as he moved closer, the vehicle sped up to 85+ miles per hour. Once the car darted off at Shackelford Road exit, the trooper activated his lights and siren, initiating a pursuit and notifying Troop A communication. driver accelerated to a higher speed, taking the exit dangerously. In a quick move, the driver tricked the trooper, attempting to evade capture. As the suspect took the exit, he drove even more recklessly, showing no regard for the safety of other drivers on the road. However, after a few minutes, he would make a critical mistake.
Right on Kenya. Right on Kenya. Correction. No need. Wrecked out. White, black male, white shirt, gray sweatpants, going behind the house. 9220.
And the suspect wrecked out after a sharp right turn, exited the vehicle, and fled on foot. He was later arrested at his parole office. Identified as Denzel Kentrell Jackson Jr., he was transported to the Pulaski County Regional Detention Center and booked on multiple charges, including speeding, felony fleeing, criminal mischief, fleeing on foot, fictitious tags, no insurance, leaving the scene of an accident, no seatbelt, and expired tags.
Cranston to Roses Express.
In Euclid, Ohio, officers responded to a report of a stolen vehicle. After searching the area, an officer spotted a vehicle matching the description. When the officer activated emergency lights and sirens, the driver accelerated. Confident they had located the suspect, the officers initiated a pursuit. The suspect ran multiple red lights and drove at a high rate of speed, creating a gap between himself and the pursuing officer. However, just a few minutes later, the officer closed in as the suspect crashed the vehicle. The driver then exited the car and fled on foot into a nearby parking lot.
Cranston to Roses Express.
Copy, Chris.
368 copy, crash. OIC to the location.
43 was at Express.
We got mail to tanks!
Copy, mail the tank.
The suspect was apprehended after being tased. The suspect, later identified as Deshaun Franklin, was indicted on multiple charges, including having weapons while under disability, failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer, carrying concealed weapons, improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle, receiving stolen property, obstructing official business. On January 20th, 2025, Deputy Jay House spotted a gray Kia heading east. The vehicle had fled from Morrow PD just days earlier and had an expired registration. Deputy House caught up with the vehicle. As both vehicles entered Interstate 75 South, the Kia suddenly accelerated to 90 miles per hour, while the deputy was calling in the traffic stop, initiating a pursuit.
Gonna be just north of 231.
The deputy was able to stop the suspect vehicle with a pit maneuver, causing it to crash into a concrete barrier and come to a stop. However, the suspect refused to surrender and immediately fled on foot.
Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Put your hand on your back! I'm about to get on your stomach! Get on your stomach! Stop fire! Stop fire! Hey, push me! Push me! Push me! Push me! Hey, watch it! Put your hand on your back.
Right there, we got one job house. The job house.
I tried from Clayton County.
County, big dog.
Deputies were able to stop the suspect with a taser. Once Smith was secured in handcuffs, he was searched incident to arrest, and a black Glock 17 9mm handgun was found in his jacket pocket, where he had been reaching while running. The firearm was not reported stolen at the time. Smith was under 18 and had no driver's license according to GCIC records. He was cleared by Clayton County EMS at the scene and again by a doctor at Southern Regional Hospital before being transported to jail. On July 24, 2022, Trooper Gabe Chambers received a report of an ongoing pursuit in his area. He activated his emergency lights and sirens and began pursuing the suspect as soon as he was in position.
On, police coming up on Dixieland.
What's his speed?
Just to get north on Dixieland, passing Ferry. It's gonna be maybe L3 going west, and then they release that end.
The suspect and his girlfriend exited the vehicle and were both arrested. When the driver was asked why he fled, he claimed he was angry after an argument with his girlfriend. However, that certainly wasn't the best excuse. Both were arrested and taken into custody, bringing the chase to an end. On September 25, 2022, in Pinellas County, Florida, a state trooper observed a vehicle traveling at an excessive speed in the opposite direction of traffic. The trooper crossed the median to approach the vehicle, activating emergency lights and sirens upon getting closer. However, the female driver failed to stop, initiating a high-speed pursuit. The trooper closed in on the suspect vehicle with the road ahead completely clear, and you know exactly what time it is. The trooper executed a precise TVI, sending the suspect's vehicle into a ditch. Within moments, both the driver and the passenger were swiftly apprehended and secured in the back seat of the patrol car.
And he just asked me, why was I driving like that? And I said I was scared. And who called? And I said, a boy I know. Bro, Jew, I'm finna be going to prison, bro. Like, I've been out of jail. Good, bro. I got my house. I did this for you, bro. I swear, Jew, I did this for you.
Look at me.
I can't even look at you right
Carrie,
now, friend.
look at me. Carrie, look right now.
You want to prison.
Carrie, look at me. Carrie, look at me right now.
On June 15, 2021, Milwaukee police were alerted to a stolen vehicle in the area. After searching the vicinity, officers quickly located a vehicle matching the description. With lights and sirens activated, they attempted a traffic stop, but the suspect immediately fled the scene. Confident they had the right vehicle, the officers initiated a pursuit, but what began as a routine chase quickly escalated into a much more dangerous and unpredictable situation.
It's light. We're currently 30 miles an hour. We're going to be doing a U-turn, and we're cutting back to go west, or correction, east on Good Hope, slowing down. This car is now still east on Good Hope from 99th Street. Driver's going to be a black male, black hoodie, approximately 15 years of age. And the passenger's going to be a black female. The First Street is now in oncoming traffic. No traffic, still in oncoming traffic.
As the pursuit intensified, the suspect made a dangerous move, veering into oncoming traffic. For a brief moment, the driver swerved back into the correct lane, but just as quickly, they cut across again, heading straight into the path of oncoming vehicles. The situation was spiraling out of control. With the suspect's reckless driving putting everyone at risk, more patrol cars rushed to join the chase.
Coming back to 60th Street. Lights are diminished, and we're now going to be doing another U-turn on Bradley at 60th, going back west on Bradley. Once again, it's going to be a gray Kia Sportage 592 X-ray in town. There's an Army sticker to the right of the Kia sticker on the rear tailgate. Westbound Bradley, 70 miles an hour, climbing, wanted for reckless driving.
The suspect wasn't backing down. Without hesitation, he once again veered into the oncoming traffic lane, barreling down at high speed, narrowly avoiding collisions. The danger was escalating with every second as the pursuit grew more reckless. At this point, it was clear this wasn't just a chase, it was a life or death situation for everyone involved.
Cancel. 44281 cancel the pursuit. 342.
Crash. We need medical. It's going to be Kiss Ultra Lounge, 7400 block, 76th Street.
And it happened. As the suspect ran through an intersection at high speed, disaster struck. The vehicle collided with another full of teenagers. This pursuit ended in a horrific tragedy. The 16-year-old lost his life and 5 other teens were injured. This heartbreaking crash raises the question, what could have been done differently to prevent this devastating outcome? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. On September 15, 2022, Miami-Dade police officers located a stolen white Honda Civic traveling north on the Florida Turnpike near Bird Road. The vehicle, flagged as a felony vehicle linked to other property crimes, fled when officers attempted a stop, sparking a pursuit. Shortly after, as the chase neared State Road 836, Florida Highway Patrol took over as the primary agency.
Henry, we're going to be at the Turnpike at
Are you 1031? It's a single 10 subject.
The suspect drove recklessly on the busy highway, showing no regard for the safety of other drivers.
I'm 51 now. We're getting off 74 now. I'm for eastbound and 74. I'm for 80 miles an hour, pushing 102.
The trooper struggled to get close enough to the suspect for a pit maneuver, but with heavy traffic around, it was too dangerous to attempt. Determined, the trooper continued the pursuit, waiting for a safer opportunity.
Now we're going, I'll give you a 1029. Okay, you just struck 1049. Okay, possible bailout right now. I'll give you a 20 right now.
I'm mapping you 107 and 90th Street. So bailout.
The troopers missed an opportunity to block the suspect's path, allowing him to continue recklessly on the highway. Despite previously colliding with other vehicles, the suspect kept fleeing as if nothing had happened. It's important to note that we don't condone this kind of behavior, and this clip is shared only as a learning opportunity.
They're still northbound. We don't have a cross street yet. Approaching Okeechobee. 26 miles an hour and heavy traffic.
Alright, that's it. We're going to go up to Okeechobee. It's going to be left, and all our K9 units are behind the vehicle. All our K9 units are mainly behind the vehicle.
After 20 minutes of reckless driving and with multiple patrol cars joining the pursuit, troopers finally began catching up to the suspect, increasing their chances of bringing the chase to an end. The suspect made a left turn into a parking lot, finally coming to a stop. He and the passengers exited the vehicle and were swiftly arrested and taken into custody, bringing this long and wild, high-speed chase to an end.
Moving in, they're in, they're in. Move in.
On October 28, 2022, the vehicle was linked to an armed carjacking after the suspect stole screwdrivers and gloves from a Home Depot store. The juveniles then attempted to steal another vehicle before leading police on a high-speed pursuit.
We're going past the front entrance of Home Depot here. One pedestrian, they're back in the store. They're now back northbound in the lot. Looking for the main entrance of the 124. They're going back south. Back south, they're going to go out the wrong way on Capitol. Going through the grass to Capitol. Right on them. They're looking to go east, across all traffic. Stand by, they're going west.
After circling the Home Depot parking lot, the suspects exited and hit the road, driving recklessly through heavy traffic.
Potentially, and go back east on Capitol. Back east on Capitol. Occupied by 5. I think looks like 2 females, 3 black males, hoods up. Right on them, lane 3, speeds 55.
106, I have a third spot behind me. I will take a 4th.
Put up to stop traffic at 128.
The area of Capitol and Mason.
All right, they're eastbound, westbound lanes. Light traffic here. Coming up to 124, they're slowing drastically. Corrected themselves, they are now eastbound.
As the suspect drove into oncoming traffic, the trooper faced heavy traffic at a red light and had to follow suit. The suspect gained some distance, but after a few minutes, the trooper was right on his tail.
East on Melvina. They got tires going down, 5 to 6 in the car. We're back north on 92. Slowed for the red, we're through the red. Speed's about 55. Again, tires going down. Black Hyundai Sonata, Illinois plates. Occupied by 5 or 6. We're still northbound. Looks like they got left side tires are down. Speed 75, crossing both.
106, are we back?
Alright, they're northbound, southbound lanes, intentional here. Very slow, coming up to Congress. Alright, we corrected ourselves. Still northbound from Congress. I'm right on them. Left side tires look down. Rear bumper's falling off.
Spike strips had been deployed earlier, causing the suspect to slow down and eventually lose one of his tires.
Use caution, it was used in a carjacking in Brown Deer.
Alright, we lost a tire here at Hampton. 45 miles an hour. All right, they just got pinned in by another truck. Bail, bail, bail.
The suspect attempted to go around a truck at the traffic light, but got blocked. 6 suspects then bailed out of the vehicle and fled on foot. The Wauwatosa Police Department quickly apprehended all 6 and took them into custody, bringing the dangerous chase to an end. On October 3, 2024, Arkansas State Trooper Joseph Harris was on patrol when he clocked an SUV speeding coming from the opposite direction. Trooper Harris quickly turned around to catch up, but the driver of the SUV spotted the U-turn, and that's when the fleeing began. The suspect hit the gas, trying to outrun the trooper before he even had a chance to initiate a stop. After the pit, the suspect's vehicle came to a stop, but not before the trooper's patrol car crashed into a ditch. As a second trooper arrived and continued the pursuit, the suspect bailed out and fled on foot.
Go in, slide your butt over, slide your butt towards the middle and put your feet over here. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, dude, my stupid, man. Bro.
The suspect was arrested and taken into custody without further incident, finally bringing the chase to an end. Fortunately, the trooper who crashed into the ditch during the pit was not injured. It's where troopers are trained and authorized to perform pit maneuvers at highway speeds, so running from them is a losing game from the start. On December 20th, 2024, Florida Highway Patrol attempted to stop a vehicle driving in the wrong lane on State Road 79 in Washington County, but instead of pulling over, the driver hit the gas, kicking off a dangerous high-speed chase.
All I'm getting is 18. Is it 1834? 1834, go ahead. To a cemetery. Your radio's cutting out. You back northbound?
The suspect's driving went from bad to worse, swerving all over the road and even driving straight into oncoming traffic. Luckily, there weren't many cars on the road at the time, or this could have ended in disaster. As the chase spiraled further out of control, the trooper knew he had to stop him as soonest as possible. The trooper had definitely had enough of this suspect's dangerous games, and just as the suspect slowed down for a moment, he decided to drive straight into the suspect's car.
Signal 4, and both if you need EMS. Signal.
I'm gonna get down Creek Road.
The suspect, Alex Daniel, was quickly apprehended and charged with fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, and possession of a controlled substance. After the first pit didn't stop him, the trooper made sure to do it again just a few moments later. Need fancy tech to track down a stolen truck. Sometimes the best tracker is the owner who refuses to give up. On June 4th, 2025, dispatch received a call from a man who spotted his stolen Dodge Ram heading south on Highway 65 through Damascus. Moments later, troopers caught up to the truck and tried to pull it over, but the driver had no plans to stop.
24 Harps.
We're 1037 with it. Yeah. Out of time, correct. TBI.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
When the vehicle finally came to a stop, troopers moved in, only to discover the driver wasn't who most expected. What looked like a woman behind the wheel turned out to be a man in a dress, and the one responsible for stealing the truck.
What the f was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, baby, that's my truck. That's my truck. I didn't do that too bad, man. They told me to do it. Yeah. Hang on my seat. Shut up.
The vehicle was safely returned to its rightful owner. As for Jeremiah Webb, he was booked into Faulkner County on a list of charges, including theft by receiving, fleeing, speeding, and driving without a license. Not the brightest way to end a rainy day in Arkansas. 7:20 p.m. on April 6, 2021, when Georgia State Patrol received a call for backup from Forsyth County deputies. A high-speed pursuit was tearing down Highway 400. The suspect was driving well over 100 miles per hour, reportedly impaired, and throwing items out of the window as he fled. Whatever he was running from, it wasn't small. When Trooper Seal joined in near Interstate 285, he quickly took primary position in the pursuit, and the suspect, later identified as Jansen Cardell Jones, showed no signs of stopping.
Try to scare him into stopping. Good for a pit. He's having trouble maintaining his lane still. He just threw a cigarette out the window.
The suspect's driving was completely out of control, weaving across every lane, passing any vehicle in sight like he owned the highway. At speeds topping triple digits, he wasn't just running from the law, he was gambling with his life. For now, the trooper held back, staying calm, keeping the suspect locked in his sights, and waiting for backup to arrive.
Just for that return back to the Toyota Tundra out of Columbia County.
As backup arrived, another Georgia State trooper took the lead, and he didn't waste a second. The moment his tires hit the pavement behind that fleeing car, it was game on. No hesitation and no holding back. The new primary trooper closed the gap fast, ready to bring this wild chase to an end.
Extremely 1049. 50, 250. 1050.
Let me see your eyes! Let me see your eyes! Get out! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now! Get out! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now!
With precision and perfect timing, the trooper executed a pit maneuver, spinning the vehicle out and bringing the chaos to an end. When officers surrounded the car, Jones was pulled out at gunpoint. License suspended, warrants already active, and a case full of drug-related paraphernalia recovered from what he threw during the chase. He now faces a list of charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, DUI drugs, speeding, and probation violation. From 100 miles an hour to a jail cell in seconds. That's how fast a reckless run can turn into a life lesson. 2025, Corporal Daryl Hinton of the Pine Bluff Police Department was patrolling near Phyllis Street and Dollarway Road when he spotted a black moped with a broken taillight. The driver, later identified as Eddie Williams, initially appeared to comply with a traffic stop before suddenly taking off. As he turned onto South Richard Drive, he suddenly braked, causing the push bumper of Corporal Hinton's patrol vehicle to bump the rear tire of the moped. That's when Williams ditched the vehicle and sprinted into an open field. The foot chase stretched nearly 200 yards before Hinton managed to close the distance and bring him into custody without further incident. A search revealed 7 grams of methamphetamine in Williams' pocket, along with a suspended driver's license and multiple outstanding misdemeanor warrants. He was transported to the Dub Bracel Adult Detention Center, facing a long list of charges, both for his reckless flight and the drugs in his possession.
Crash, crash, crash. I'm gonna roll the window all the way down. Stick your hands out of the window with your key in your hand. Open the door from the outside. From the outside. Turn the car off.
On July 17, 2024, a Whitefish Bay police officer conducted a traffic stop on a driver exceeding the posted speed limit. While the officer instructed the driver to exit the vehicle, the situation took a dramatic turn. The driver suddenly hit the gas pedal and fled the scene, initiating a pursuit.
She's having a difficult time keeping control of the vehicle. It might be OWI. Almost lost it. We're going to be coming up to north in a minute. Speeds are down. Rento, no plates, black female driver. Almost lost it at Lafayette. We're going southbound through the stop sign, Lafayette Hill. We're going to be approaching Prospect in a second. Going to the Prospect.
As the officer began the pursuit, another officer quickly joined the chase, heading toward the area to assist. With the suspect's reckless driving, weaving in and out of traffic, the officers knew this was going to be a challenging situation. Every move had to be calculated and they had to stay sharp, knowing how quickly things could escalate.
Back eastbound, we are going southbound onto New Hall from Bellevue. Speed's 26. Eastbound Webster. Northbound Bartlett. I'm right on her. We're going about 25 miles an hour. No traffic, no pedestrians, roads are dry. Oh. Crash, crash, crash. I'm gonna need fire. We're at Bartlett and Bellevue.
As the officer searching the area, trying to stay one step ahead of the suspect, collided with the fleeing vehicle at an intersection. Thankfully, the officer walked away with only minor injuries. Meanwhile, the suspect was arrested and taken into custody. It was later discovered that the suspect was under the influence of alcohol. Now, the question remains, what do you think is the right punishment for this individual who put so many lives at risk? Let us know your thoughts. On June 20th, 2016, a wild police chase broke out in Brevard County when officers spotted a stolen vehicle in northern Indian River County. Authorities had been searching for the car for days before finally locating it in Sebastian, about 10 miles south of Melbourne. The suspect wasn't about to give up easily, leading police on a dangerous pursuit down US 1, reaching speeds of 100 miles per hour and putting the public at serious risk.
Get out the road! Get out of the road! We set up just south of County. So you have them? Sorry, we got them. We got them inside. Units back off.
The chase came to an abrupt end when troopers executed a precise pit maneuver, sending the stolen vehicle into a spin. With nowhere left to run, officers quickly boxed the suspect in, leaving him with no choice but to surrender. Even after being boxed in, the driver, Jonathan Davis, refused to exit the vehicle. Officers then deployed a taser, forcing Davis out. He was quickly taken into custody, officially bringing this chase to an end. At 10:30 p.m. on November 27th, when the Grant County Sheriff's Office requested backup for a pursuit in progress. A dark-colored Dodge Challenger had blown past deputies on Interstate 530, showing no signs of slowing down. That's when Arkansas State Police joined in. With the suspect barreling northbound toward the I-30 at dangerous speeds, it was only a matter of time before this chase would need to be stopped, one way or another. When a trooper attempts a pit at 140 miles per hour, it's clear they're not here to play games. But somehow that message didn't quite reach the fleeing driver, who kept pushing forward like nothing was happening behind him.
Approaching the north interchange, speed 132. Mark traffic. CBI,
But before the car even came to a full stop, the driver flung the door open and made a run for it, wearing a white shirt with green sleeves. He leapt over the guardrail and vanished into the nearby streets of Little Rock. The vehicle's registered owner was sitting in the passenger seat but refused to cooperate or identify the fleeing driver. With one suspect on the run and little help from the passenger, troopers were left with a crash, a foot pursuit, and more questions than answers. On January 29, 2021, Trooper was stopped in congested traffic at the intersection. Trooper observed a silver Mazda traveling southbound in the right turning lane. The driver passed around all the stopped traffic at the traffic light and ran the red light. When Trooper activated blue lights and siren, the vehicle failed to stop and accelerated, attempting to flee. Trooper advised Troop C Communication that they were in a chase.
Radio. Radio, I'm going around the track at the off of 19. This is a gray Mazda, stand by for the tape. Robert Lincoln William 5343. Robert Lincoln William 5343. Speedway and low. Self-bridge road. Okay, about to hit a vehicle head on, stand by.
The suspect showed no intentions of stopping from the beginning and definitely demonstrated a complete disregard for the safety of others.
Okay, I'm gonna try and set them up for a pit.
The suspect was absolutely going crazy on the road, and just when it seemed like he couldn't make the situation any worse, he came across a construction area. And sure enough, he proved us all wrong.
Okay, we're on the DOT zone. Stand by. They're gonna hit somebody head on.
The troopers had a hard time getting close to the suspect. When one finally did, he executed a horrible pit maneuver.
I just kept flipped and I also got down.
The suspects did get stopped and arrested, but was it really worth it when you see the outcome? I'd like to hear your thoughts on this situation. The driver was identified as Dominique Lamar Haynes. The passenger was Shayla Jackson Holmes from Indiana. On December 8th, 2022, Trooper S. Rittenauer was stationed at a gas station parking lot located at the intersection of Concord Road and Fairbanks Ferry Road. He observed a gray Nissan traveling eastbound through the intersection. Trooper Rittenauer initiated a traffic stop, and the vehicle pulled into the gas station parking lot, with the trooper following closely behind. As Trooper Rittenauer was approaching the vehicle, the driver suddenly accelerated, pulling away at a high rate of speed. Trooper Rittenauer and Trooper exited their vehicles, weapons drawn to apprehend the suspect. Trooper Rittenauer successfully pulled the suspect from the passenger side and onto the ground. The suspect, identified as Cendric Ricardo Fable, was placed in hand restraints, searched, and secured in the patrol vehicle. A probable cause search revealed a clear bag of marijuana in the passenger seat, weighing 7 grams. A further check confirmed the substance was marijuana. Fable had an active felony warrant and was transported to Capital Regional Medical Center for evaluation. After being cleared, he was booked into the Gadsden County Jail under multiple charges, including fleeing, marijuana possession, and a warrant for felony battery. 16th, 2025, Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Mulvey was on routine patrol along State Road 826 when a black Ford Mustang with white stripes came flying by, driving recklessly and weaving through traffic. Once lights and sirens were activated, the driver made his decision clear. He wasn't stopping. The suspect, later identified as Alejandro Garcia Estrada, pushed the Mustang past 120 miles per hour. Despite heavy traffic, he was all over the road, but Trooper Mulvey stayed locked in, holding tight on his tail, refusing to back down.
He just crashed out.
When you're driving like this, there's only one way it ends. The moment Estrada ran a red light, he caused a collision and flipped his Mustang onto its roof. He was pulled from the wreck and arrested after a taser was deployed to stop his resistance. Luckily, no one in the vehicle he hit was injured. After medical clearance, Estrada was booked into jail, leaving behind a wrecked Mustang, a failed bribe, and a long... Officers responded to the 1600 block of Carl Court after receiving a report of a semi hitting a building and fleeing the scene. The driver, later identified as 42-year-old Gregory Ivory, was also believed to have brandished a handgun. When officers attempted to initiate a traffic stop at Carl and East Dublin Granville roads, Ivory failed to pull over and continued driving down Carl Road.
We are northbound Carl. He's got sparks and damage. I can't see the plate.
Section with 10 miles. Myself at 184 on the left.
That radio, he's refusing to stop. He's going over the roundabout, northbound Carl. And looks like his truck's on fire. He just broke his gas line. And you'll see the trail of fire northbound Cleveland Avenue. I'm sorry, northbound Carl.
The truck was clearly damaged with a visible fire trail left behind as Ivory fled, making the pursuit even more dangerous for both officers and other drivers on the road. The combination of the vehicle's condition and the fire risk added urgency to the situation.
All right, standby radio. We're westbound Schrock. He's trying to hit a cruiser. No, he just five the cruiser. 9011. Get a squad to 9011. Carl and Schrock. All right, hold on. Okay, we're still westbound. Stand by. He's going to ram you if you try to go by him. All right, he's stopping on the bridge. He's probably going to try to back up on us. Let Worthington know.
And this pursuit has got to be one of the wildest you've seen in a while. I want to hear your thoughts on this chase and the suspect behind the wheel. Drop your comments below.
Whoever's in Arkansas is the 1 car, 184 is the 2 car, and myself, the 9061 is the 4 car. Still westbound, just past railroad track before we feel like it's getting address. Speeds of 30. Turn around to the railroad bridges at this point. If we can get another car that's on the pursuit, you go. John, we're still about to East North Railway. He just flied the car. He's slowed down, he stopped right at the intersection. We got a medic started behind him.
The truck driver didn't stop there. He crashed into another vehicle, then slammed into a building. But it didn't end with the crash. The suspect tried to flee on foot, but deputies quickly caught up, using a taser to bring him down. He was arrested shortly after and taken into custody. Now, I'll leave it up to you. What kind of punishment do you think this suspect deserves for all the damage and chaos caused? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.